Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from November 28th to December 4th, and I'm using this kit from Glam Planner. I believe it was a mystery kit. I'm not 100% sure. I picked this up on one of the Facebook pages, the Buy Trade Sell pages. And the seller included the foil, which makes sense because this is clearly like very specifically made for this kit. And I think I saw Rosie Plans use this and I fell in love with it. I've wanted like a rainy week themed kit for a while and I saw it and fell in love. So I was so happy when I was able to find one for sale. However, I will admit that I'm not loving the foil on top, and I don't know, maybe it's just me. Sometimes I like foil and then sometimes I feel like I've ruined my spread using it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't like completely commit to it. I'm not sure, but I sort of wish I hadn't put the overlays down, but I wanted to use them since I had them. But regardless, this is a very pretty kit. Now, you're about to see me royally screw up. It ended up not being the end of the world, but I am used to my old X-Acto knife that was incredibly dull, so I pushed down really hard and I sliced clean through like 3 pages. So I was pretty mad at myself, but in the end, I got the effect I wanted. I'm just really not a fan of the double boxes that are connected in the middle. I know some people like it, but it just like bothers me because I like everything to be uniform. So if, all of like, for example, on Monday and Tuesday, I also put down a double box, but it's, like the smaller, just full box size. And there's a line between that. Ew, my head, disgusting. But yeah, like these big boxes, I just don't love it when they're connected. Yeah, I think I also ended up, you could see me, I just sliced clean through the page. I believe I also sliced down this Fashion Girl because I wanted to be able to fit a bunch of the full boxes. I also decided to use the date covers as well as the deco at the top, which I've been doing recently. And yeah, that's about it. As far as this week goes, this was my last week of freedom before starting my new job. And from what I remember, it was a pretty stressful week. Like, it definitely wasn't a relaxing, get ready to re-enter the workforce type of week by any means. So yeah, I don't know. I've pretty much been go, go, go ever since. And like I've said a million times, I really wanted to be caught up before the beginning of the new year, but it just didn't happen. Like, this holiday season has been a disaster, which you will see. And, starting a new job definitely kicked my ass. And then I got sick again. And spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure it was kids. I saw sick kids on Christmas, and then a couple days later, I was feeling like garbage. But I can't totally blame the kids this time completely. I also did not sleep for days on end. I was getting like 5 hours tops every night, sometimes 4, and that definitely played into it. I think my immune system was just shot, but anyway, I'm going to jump into the day by day, starting with Monday. The first thing I marked with a YouTube sticker from Carly Plans is that I just hung out in my boyfriend's room because I was at his place just watching YouTube. I think he was like practicing guitar all day or something, and like I just didn't want to be in the living room because I don't know, there was something loud going on in there. And then I was also waiting for a pretty stressful call, and like I've said before, I have stage fright in the sense that like I don't like doing things when people are looking at me. Speaking of perfect timing, my roommate just walked into the hallway, and even though she knows that I make videos, I'm still too embarrassed to do a voiceover while someone is right outside my door. So anyway, back to where we were. yeah, I was waiting for a stressful call, and I don't like making phone calls in front of people, so I was also sort of just waiting in his room. And then, so under that, with this little cell phone, I believe from a monthly kit, maybe from Whimsical Plans, I marked that I had a stressful phone call, and all it was my new boss calling me and just giving me a rundown of my complete benefits package. I just was on edge about everything, even though that's like not really a big deal. It was making me nervous. Also, I'm sorry that I still sound so congested. I've been sick for over a week. I'm feeling much better, but minus like the phlegm. Like it's just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my stupid head in the frame, and I'm sorry if I sound like I'm on some sort of tranquilizer. But this is my only free night for like the foreseeable future, at least until next week. So I want to get at least one voiceover done, even if it's a little painful. So under that, with a squared off box and this emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. on their laptop in bed, I marked that I did some Cyber Monday shopping from the bed. So this is very fitting. I did some sticker shopping as well as some Christmas shopping. So that worked out that we were in different rooms because my boyfriend and I were doing our shopping and probably getting stuff for each other. So it made sense to be in separate rooms. With a half box and this Carly Plans coffee mug, I marked that we went to Wawa to get our free coffee. If you don't know what Wawa is, it's just like a 7-Eleven or whatever. But during the months of November and December, they were doing free coffee Tuesdays. But this year, I was one of the lucky people who got my coupon on Monday, so I beat the rush. But anyway, so I just wanted hot chocolate, and the first Wawa we went to, it was either closed for some reason or the machine wasn't working. I can't remember, but we had to go to 2 separate locations. They're like 2 blocks away, so it's not that big of a deal, but I did manage to get a hot chocolate. Then with the squared off box and this crying munchkin, I just marked that I had never been so anxious in my life, which is not true. Spoiler alert. The coming week is probably the most stressful week I've had since, I don't know, I was like in high school or grade school. I don't think my body has had that much adrenaline and anxiety running through me. But anyway, back to this week. Moving on to Tuesday, with a squared off box and a frustrated munchkin head, I marked that I might kill my roommate's cat and that I hate coming home. I have definitely mentioned this in the past, so I'm sort of like a broken record with everything, but I have extreme anxiety coming back to my apartment after I haven't been home for a day or two, or like I spend most weekends at my boyfriend's. So then when I finally do come home, I never know what I'm going to come home to. Sometimes it's nothing. Like sometimes everything is absolutely fine. And then other times it's a shit show. Like for instance, this day, even though trash day was Sunday, there was still no trash bag in the garbage can. And that made me so mad. And there were like other things. I don't even remember. What did the cat do? He did something that made me so mad. And I can't even remember it anymore. See, that's just how it goes. But anyway, he was obnoxious. And then, so we didn't have any trash bags, or did we? I don't remember. I think we were out of trash bags, which again pissed me off just because I feel like I'm always on top of everything. And like, I don't know, it'd be nice to come home to some trash bags. But anyway, so I went into our bathroom where we have a roll of these like tall kitchen trash bags, which is, you think what we would need, but we got this odd shaped garbage can from IKEA because it was really cheap, like when we first moved here, and the only bags that fit in it are like essentially those bags that you use to gather up leaves in your yard. Like no bag is wide enough. So anyway, just for the time being, I was going to use one of those white bags. So I unrolled it, what do you call it? Like I flinged the bag, to like put air in it so I could put it in the trash can. Sorry, this is so stupid. Anyway, and I fling it, and this brown liquid, I don't know, I think this is going to get too obscure. Long story short, a few years ago, we had to have some like construction in our apartment, and these trash bags were left out. I think there was like some construction, like dirt, dust on them, and then they must have gotten wet recently. Don't ask me how. I have no idea. They were under the sink, but our sink doesn't have a leak. It doesn't make any sense other than the fact that the universe hates me. So I fling this bag, and this brown liquid goes all over my glasses, my face that I just washed, and my clean sweatshirt. So I was so mad. And then to top it off, I was already mad at Brad for doing something. Then I go into my bedroom to change. He comes in, leaps onto my curtain, and rips a hole in them. I could have killed someone. So yeah, and this was all probably like 5 minutes of me coming home. Like, I am telling you, I hate coming home. It's always something. So long story long, with this angry munchkin, I marked the trash bag. Under that, with an appointment label and this washing machine, I marked that Janet got spooked, because when Brad ripped my curtain, I yelled at him to get out of my room, and Janet got so scared of me yelling that she went behind the washing machine to like hide, and she ended up getting stuck back there because some stuff fell. And then once I moved this stuff, she didn't realize that she could get out, so she was back there for like hours, and I tried coaxing her out with wet food. Nothing was working. I started crying because I was just like, couldn't handle anymore. I eventually got her out hours later with the laser pointer, and she was like covered in dust. It was just not my morning. That's what I get for yelling with a little thing. And this fridge, yeah, so this is like really when I started to bawl my eyes out. I forgot the morning's not over. God, this is so stupid. But and it ended up being okay. It just in the moment made me really upset. But I talked to my roommate about it, and she explained why she had done this, and it made more sense to me. But at the time, I just was really upset. So like all this had happened already. I open the fridge and I start bawling my eyes out because I had made this delicious cauliflower dish for Thanksgiving, and I had also made a test version. And I saved half of it for her because I wanted her to try it. And so she ate it and then left the dirty Tupperware in the fridge. And I was just so upset because in my mind I was like, the least you could do is throw it away because it's disposable. And if you don't know it's disposable, the least you could do is soak it in the sink. But like, you left it for me to clean up after I left you food. Like, it was just a slap in the face. At the time, we spoke about it and I understand what happened. But at the time, I was so upset. Anyway, okay, long story. Under that, with a squared off box and a little planner, I marked that I did 2 spreads and 3 voiceovers this day. Then with a little thing and a phone icon, I called my grandmother. And then the final thing for Tuesday with a fancy label and this random deco, I marked that I swapped the picture frames. Like I mentioned in a previous video, my picture frame had smashed into 1,000 pieces, and I got a replacement and reframed the photo, but I'm still waiting to hang it because I need legit like nails. I'm not using a command strip again. Moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked with a foiled paw print was that both the cats were snuggling in my bed. Under that, with a fancy label and an umbrella from Stella Bow Sticker Co., I marked that I had to walk in the rain for some reason. Oh yeah, I had to walk in the rain because I had to bring Janet to her vet appointment. Luckily, my vet's only an 8-minute walk, but I basically just brought the umbrella to keep her dry. So yeah, it was not fun. She was not happy because for a little while we were on a pretty busy street, and like all the trucks were really loud, and she hated that. With a half box and this munchkin snuggling a cat, I marked that her vet appointment went great. She's perfect. Everything about her is spot on. Her weight, everything. And I'm so relieved because with 2 cats who are very food driven, I'm really worried about her like gaining too much weight, but they said she's the perfect weight. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Then with the stack of, I think, legal documents from Sticky Perks, I marked that I officially signed my acceptance letter for my new job this day. Then with a little thing and this audiobook sticker also from Sticky Perks, I marked that I listened to Watch Out for Her. And I even remember when I finished this, I was like thinking in my head, remember what you thought about this book so you can say it in your plan with me. I don't remember, so I'm sorry. With a squared off box and this puzzle munchkin, I marked that I did some of my puzzle. And then with a little thing and a foiled star, I marked that I filled out all of my spreads. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked with a little thing and a foiled gift was that all of my freebies were rolling in. I actually stagger quite a few of my birthday freebies, but I still get a lot in December just because, like, before I realized I should just put any birthday, I used to just fill them out honestly. So I get a lot of free shit during the month of December. With a little thing and a laundry sticker also from Sticky Perks, I marked that I did some laundry. Under that, with a piece of washi and a vacuum, like an old SPC vacuum, I marked that I vacuumed. With a squared off box, and this is actually an allergies sticker, but I used it to mark that I just had really dripping eyes and runny nose. I was just disgusting. With an appointment label and another puzzle munchkin, I marked that I worked on my puzzle. Then with a fancy label, and this is actually a chicken parm sticker from Sticky Perks, but I didn't have any. Can someone please come out with rotisserie chicken stickers, please? I would love that. Anyway, I used it to mark that we got Boston Market. Then with a little thing and a remote from Sticky Perks, I marked that we watched The Challenge. With a fancy label and this tired emoji, I marked that I was too sick to sleep. I just couldn't get comfortable. If you know how that feels. It's terrible. Oh, and sorry, I'm short of breath because I'm still sick again. Moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked with a squared off label and this cracked under the pressure munchkin, I marked that I was just very, very anxious once again and just on the verge of tears just from being so up there for so long, emotionally. With a squared off box and this run errand sticker from, I want to say Paper Crown Prince. I want to say. I marked that I went to Walmart, Ulta, Acme, and Dollar Tree. Then with an appointment label and another planner from Papershire, I marked that I planned. With a little thing and another puzzle munchkin, I marked that I worked on my puzzle. With a half box and an emoji cooking, I marked that I made cauliflower again because I still had tons of cheese left over and the cheese was not cheap. So I just bought a head of cauliflower so that I could make another batch, and this batch came out even better. It was so, so, so good. And then I also had to make brownies, gluten-free brownies, because I wanted to bring something because I was babysitting the next day. With a little thing and another foiled paw print, I marked that I had to do all of the cat stuff. Then with a little thing and a Carly Plans TV, I marked that we attempted to watch Bros and Maverick and bailed on both. We were just not feeling it, not even enough to finish the movies. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with a fancy label and a crying munchkin was that, again, I was just even more anxious. With a squared off box and a Planning Roses car, I marked that I got stuck in insane traffic on my way to go babysit. It was so bad. I ended up being 20 minutes late, but I was and I had left early, you know what I mean? It was just bad. With a little thing and another umbrella, I marked that it rained. With a squared off box and this happy little munchkin and a little munchkin, I marked that I was babysitting my babies. The two kids that I nannied for the longest, who I actually love and adore as if they were, my nieces. I got to babysit them this night with a little thing and this whatever munchkin. I marked who cares about, I don't have time to get into it, but basically my boyfriend he's hell-bent on getting me to understand directions, and I just don't. I just use my GPS. Don't speak directions at me. Then the final thing for Saturday with a little thing and another remote, we started House of Dragon. House of the Dragon. You know what I'm trying to say. Game of Thrones, whatever. Also, the little girl I used to nanny they newly found out she is gluten intolerant, and I thought I killed her because she had a really bad stomachache, but I didn't. I didn't actually give her any gluten, but I thought I gave her ranch with gluten in it. Don't ask. I don't have time. But yeah, so that freaked me out. But other than that, it was a great Saturday. Then moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked was that I just started the day with tears because, again, I'm just like so anxious about starting this job. Under that, I marked that my packages, it doesn't matter. I had to pick up packages at the coffee shop under me. Then I marked that I worked all day, and I marked with a little money icon. Sorry, I'm running out of time, so I'm like going a little bit fast. Then I marked that I planned the same way I've been doing it all this spread. I marked that we went to Red Robin and I just used these, I want to say they're Carly Plans, French fries. Then we went to Walmart. This is a Sticky Perks bag. And then the final thing for this plan with me was I marked that I cried more because I was so stressed out about going to work the next day. Yeah, I was just a mess and a half this week. But anyway, thank you for watching, especially if you stayed till the end, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.